What if someone proposed marriage not for love, but for an experiment? I want to marry you so that when we have children, I can train them to become the most successful people in the world. Then I will publish it as a research paper. Will you marry me and help make this experiment successful? This unusual message was written in several letters and sent to different women by a Hungarian educational psychologist named Laszlo Polgar. Polgar believed something very controversial. He believed that great performers are made, not born. According to him, with enough dedicated practice in a chosen field, almost any healthy child could become a genius. During the 1960s, most people believed the opposite. They thought geniuses were simply born with extraordinary talent. So when Polgar explained his idea to people, many of them laughed at him. In fact, one local government official even suggested that he should visit a psychiatrist. But Polgar refused to give up. He realized there was only one way to prove his theory, by testing it on his own children. But first, he needed a wife who would agree to participate in this unusual experiment. Eventually, he met a young Ukrainian woman named Klara Polgar. At first, Klara also thought he sounded a little crazy. But after many deep conversations, she became convinced by his vision and agreed to marry him. In 1969, their first daughter, Susan Polgar, was born. Now Polgar had to decide something important. Which field should he choose to train his daughter in? He wanted a field where success could be measured clearly without any debate. After careful thinking, he chose chess. He chose chess because competitions clearly show who wins and who loses, unlike art or writing where success can be subjective. Even though Polgar himself wasn't a strong chess player, he studied everything he could about chess training methods. Instead of sending Susan to school, he educated her at home, and before her 4th birthday, he had already started training her in chess. Over time, Susan began enjoying the game. By the age of 5, she had already completed hundreds of hours of focused practice. Soon after, Polgar entered her into a local chess competition. All the girls she competed against were nearly twice her age, yet Susan won game after game, finishing the tournament with a perfect score. People believed she must have been born with natural talent, but Polgar knew the real reason: practice. Later, the family welcomed 2 more daughters, Sofia Polgar and Judith Polgar. Watching their older sister train, they also wanted to learn chess. Polgar followed the same rule. He began training them only after they turned 5. By their teenage years, all 3 sisters had already practiced chess for thousands of hours. The results were extraordinary. At just 12 years old, Susan became the under-16 world champion. Soon after, she became the highest-rated female chess player. In 1991, she made history by becoming the first woman to earn the Grand Master title, the highest title in chess. Her sister Sofia also achieved remarkable success, winning international championships and defeating several grandmasters in a famous tournament. But the most extraordinary success came from the youngest sister, Judith Polgar. Judith Polgar became the youngest chess grandmaster in history, outperforming even many male players. She remained the #1 ranked female chess player in the world for 10 consecutive years. When the story of the Polgar sisters became widely known, it shocked the world. Their success was not the result of natural talent. It was the result of thousands of hours of deliberate practice. This idea gave rise to what we now call I-shaped learners, people who focus deeply on mastering one skill. Psychologist and Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman explained that becoming an expert usually requires 2 things: a structured, predictable environment and repeated practice with constant feedback. But over time, researchers noticed something interesting. Some of the most innovative people were not strict specialists. Instead, they had deep knowledge in one field, but also understood many other subjects. These people are known as T-shaped learners. A perfect example is scientist Alexander Fleming. In 1928, while studying bacteria at St. Mary's Hospital, Fleming made a strange observation. A mold had accidentally grown in one of his petri dishes, and around that mold, the bacteria were dying. Instead of throwing the contaminated dish away, he became curious and investigated it further. That curiosity led to the discovery of penicillin, which later became the world's first antibiotic. Today, experts believe another type of learner may be even more powerful. These are M-shaped learners. These are people who develop deep expertise in multiple areas and combine them to create something unique. For example, educator Alec Pandey. He is not only skilled at teaching physics, but also at storytelling, understanding YouTube algorithms, and building businesses. By combining these skills, he built PhysicsWallah into one of the fastest-growing education platforms. This shows that today's world rewards people who combine multiple skills. And if you have many interests, that's actually an advantage. A helpful way to organize your skills is through the concept of Ikigai. Start by listing the things you love, then narrow them down based on what you are good at, what the world needs, and what people are willing to pay for. The top 2 or 3 skills you identify can become the core of your personal M-shape. Document everything you learn. Using tools like Notion, Google Docs, or Google Sheets, you can organize your skills into 4 categories: money skills, curiosity skills, leverage skills, and domain skills. Every few months, review these categories and refine your focus. Because in today's world, the people who succeed the most are often those who combine multiple skills into something powerful. And that might be the biggest lesson from the story of the Polgar sisters. Greatness is rarely born.